What if I told you that everything you think you know about the serpent in Genesis is about to change? Imagine discovering that the story of Adam and Eve holds a secret so powerful it could completely reshape how you see humanity's beginnings. Today we're diving into an ancient mystery, hidden within the Hebrew text of Genesis, that will reveal a truth more profound than you've ever imagined. By the end of this video, you might just look at this story, and maybe even yourself, in a brand new way. The book of Genesis, the very first book of the Bible, lays the foundation for much of what we believe. For thousands of years, these stories, especially the tale of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, have shaped the thoughts, values, and faith of millions. In this story, we're introduced to the serpent, a figure often thought of as a deceiver who led Eve to eat the forbidden fruit, ultimately leading to humanity's fall from grace. Traditionally, this serpent has been viewed as a literal snake, a cunning creature representing deception and temptation. But what if we've misunderstood the nature of this character all along? Could the serpent be much more than a snake? What if it's a symbol? A figure carrying meanings and mysteries that go far deeper than we ever imagined. Today, we're going to explore the serpent's true nature by looking at the original Hebrew text of Genesis, uncovering layers of meaning that challenge everything we thought we knew. In Genesis 3:1, the serpent is introduced with the Hebrew word Nahash, which we commonly translate as snake or serpent. But here's where it gets fascinating. Hebrew is a language rich with layers and nuance. The word Nahash can indeed mean serpent, but it can also refer to a diviner or someone who possesses hidden knowledge. This opens up the possibility that the serpent in Genesis was more than just a snake. It might have been a being with supernatural understanding or even mystical powers. Could this interpretation change our view of the serpent's role in the Garden of Eden? Scholars have debated this for centuries. Some believe that Nahash represents a divine rebel, not unlike the Prometheus of Greek mythology, who defies authority to bring wisdom and knowledge to humanity. Let's explore some of the alternative views on the serpent's identity and role in Genesis. The first theory suggests that the serpent was actually a divine or semi-divine being, a creature with powers far beyond those of a simple snake. In ancient cultures, especially in Mesopotamian and Egyptian mythologies, serpents were often linked to wisdom and immortality. For example, the Mesopotamian god Ningish-Zida, a god associated with vegetation and the underworld, was depicted as a serpent, symbolizing power, wisdom, and even protection. Considering the serpent in Genesis as a divine being means seeing it as a character with great knowledge and wisdom. Its interaction with Eve would not just be an act of deceit, but an encounter that involved profound wisdom and understanding. Another theory sees the serpent as a symbol of chaos, a force that disrupts harmony and tests boundaries. In ancient cultures, serpents often represented chaos and disorder. We see this in myths from cultures around the world. In Babylonian mythology, for instance, there is Tiamat, a chaos monster described as a serpent or dragon who threatens the natural order. Perhaps the serpent in Genesis represents those disruptive forces that challenge our obedience, pushing humanity out of innocence into a world of complex choices. A third perspective views the serpent as a metaphor for human curiosity and the desire for self-discovery. Rather than a literal creature, the serpent could symbolize our own inner conflicts, the struggle between obeying boundaries and reaching beyond them to seek knowledge and understanding. With these new insights in mind, let's take a fresh look at the Garden of Eden story. In this interpretation, the serpent becomes a complex figure, not just a deceiver, but a character with a dual purpose, both tempter and teacher. By offering Eve the forbidden fruit, the serpent might not simply be leading her to rebellion, but opening her eyes to new possibilities, to the potential of wisdom, and to the choice between innocence and understanding. When Eve eats the fruit, she's taking a step into knowledge, a step that may have been necessary for humanity's development. This act marks the transition from innocence to awareness, from living under divine rules to the pursuit of conscious choice. Let's reflect on some key verses from Genesis to see how this perspective changes our understanding. Genesis 3:1 introduces the serpent, saying it was more cunning than any beast of the field. The Hebrew word here, aram, suggests intelligence and craftiness. If we view Nahash as a divine or semi-divine being, this intelligence hints at a deeper, perhaps spiritual knowledge, positioning the serpent as a wise figure rather than just a deceiver. Later in Genesis 3:4-5, the serpent tells Eve that eating the fruit will not lead to death but will open her eyes, allowing her to be like God, knowing good and evil. The serpent promises Eve wisdom, something more profound than mere rebellion. It's the promise of a new understanding, a transformation from innocence into enlightenment. Finally, in Genesis 3:22, after Adam and Eve have eaten the fruit, God says, "Behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil." This statement acknowledges that humanity has gained a divine-like knowledge. The serpent's words weren't entirely false. They held a partial truth, one that has far-reaching consequences. So, what can we take away from this deeper, more nuanced understanding of the serpent? Perhaps the serpent represents something much more than temptation. It symbolizes our journey, the struggles we all face when we move from innocence to awareness. We wrestle with choices every day between doing what's safe and reaching out for what we feel is right, between remaining where we are or striving for something greater. Just as the serpent sparked Eve's curiosity, our challenges often spark our growth, pushing us to see the world in new ways. In this light, the story of Adam and Eve becomes not just a tale of disobedience, but an inspiring narrative of courage, choice, and the pursuit of understanding. It's about the human journey, the desire to learn, to make choices, and to seek wisdom, even when that path is uncertain. So, where does this leave us? The story of the serpent in Genesis holds layers of meaning that encourage us to explore beyond the surface. Whether we view the serpent as a divine being, a symbol of chaos, or a metaphor for human curiosity, this story calls us to see ourselves as seekers of knowledge, courageously walking through life's garden with curiosity and faith. As we reflect on this ancient tale, may we remember that our journey toward understanding is sacred. Each choice we make, each boundary we challenge, and each step into the unknown can lead us to deeper wisdom and insight. And perhaps that is the true message hidden within Genesis, one that continues to inspire us to seek, to question, and to grow. Stay tuned for more journeys into the mysteries of the Bible and the timeless wisdom it holds. Let us embrace the beauty of these stories as we deepen our understanding and enrich our lives. Thank you for watching. If you found this video enlightening, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into the ancient and profound. See you next time, and may your journey toward wisdom continue. Take care. God bless you.